boys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to another episode of War of the Shattered Sun. I am your humble dumble master for the evening, the one and only poutine pastry, the farting tart, joined by my crew of intrepid adventurers. We have the J Frost 747s, the CGs, the Punkyard Dogs, the Joe Mojos, and the Wicked River 97s. Mixing it up a little bit, keeping y'all on your toes. How you doing?
No,
guys?
not the swerve.
Swerve when we drive, brother.
I swerve when I drive.
Top rope,
Swerving
catch
like
a vibe,
me on
catch
the
a
road.
foot when I drive. Anyways, hold on.
What's up, River?
Said swerving like me on the road.
Skirt,
Whoa.
skirt, skirt. But yes, it's time. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Test rolls now. Do it. Points.
Being fine, god
Tut
damn.
tart, you forgot your gun. You need to point with the gun.
Oh, you're right. Hold on.
Fuck.
Let me see if y'all can
Yeah.
hear this.
8! We did it, punk.
You loaded
Hell
loaded
yeah.
the
All right,
loaded
I'm
the
waiting for
bullets in
initiative.
backwards. There you go.
Ah, there.
Go. Let's go, Corbin. Let's go,
That's a
Corbin.
rubber band gun.
At 12.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see. Cause I see a 7 and 8. Can somebody give us a 9? 7, 8, 9.
Oh, that was close.
14.
I can be seeing that 9. Ha ha ha. Hey, get out of the
Yeah.
way now.
Yup.
Yeah.
I wear my sunglasses at 9. I know.
Alrighty.
One good.
Alrighty. And with that, let me find some music. It's time. Oh, that's right. I meant to add that track you sent me, CG. Oh, well, it's fine. I don't need it.
Why am I even here?
To be the heart of the group.
I'll just use my favorite one. Alrighty. So, I would like, for inspiration, for somebody to recap what happened last session.
If I'm- I
Yeah,
bet
sure, why
one.
not?
Faster!
Alright, give me a sec. We finished. Brugar finished up with her commissions, upgrading and enhancing a good chunk of our weaponry, especially when it comes to Dandelion. Speaking of Dandelion, no, that was last session. At one point, the voice of the Dragon Nashar came to Kore, and looks like he was testing her on. Why didn't I write this down? Well, it appeared to be some form of like test of like how she's going to progress going forward. As Theon calls us all into the war room, we're having to speak to one of the generals, Zarek Worldfang, who is actually Skald's older brother, whom we were told that needs to be the one who defeats him, as we are teleported to Zorn in the Fierce Lands. It appears as though, yeah, Skull has definitely captured Cedric and actually came to our camp to gloat a bit as he was riding on the Cerberus. That was a fucking terrifying thing. There does appear to be some form of like insider into Skull's camp, and they tell us that Cedric is heading into a gladiator like thing. I think under the city
Yes,
of Zorn called the Undercroft.
the Undercroft.
Yeah. And we are also met with 3 of Asmodeus's Chroma Guard, Aldrich the Blue, Faustus the Red, and Hildegard the Purple. Amadeus not happy with our presence there whatsoever.
I can't imagine why.
Listen, I have a reputation, and it's not written on my face. Anyway,
Whore. It's just written on there.
that's the mask I wear. Anyway, There's as though a messenger comes to notify Zarek of somebody. No, actually, I just got to that part. Osmodius is actually having a team tail Skull after a very heated argument about whether or not that Zarek should just get rid of Skull right there, right now, as he was gloating. And an indecision came. Skull left, still laughing his ass off, and Asmodeus went from pissed to, I don't know where this volcano gonna blow. Kind of levels of angry. We all dispersed into various teams to gather information as well as heal whomever is injured in the camp.
Okay. Alrighty. Go ahead and give yourself some inspiration. Or if you have it already, you can give it to someone else.
Do I have it? Ah, fuck, I have one. Alright, who doesn't have it? Don't be shy.
I still have birthday inspiration, so.
That's different. Do you have your regular inspiration?
That's different?
Birthday inspiration is different. It does.
Oh yeah, then River. Yeah, then River then.
Bet I don't have inspiration, so thank.
Nodders. Okay, all right.
I got you, bro.
Kind of picking up from what Joe was saying, where we left off last time. You guys, with some means to explore the city of Vaco, the fortified city that the army is currently using as their forward base, before they storm the city of Zorn in a week. You guys have done some splitting up to gather some information. The teams have, well, I say teams, there's only one real team, everyone else is on their own, but we have four, we'll say teams to pick from. So, I am going to roll to see who we start with. We are going to start with Rovan.
Hello.
Rovan, you wanted to inspect the troops.
Correct.
As you make your way to what is being lovingly referred to as the yard, where it seems like a majority of soldiers who are training, keeping their weapons up to snuff, where a number of them seem to be congregating. It takes you a little bit of time to find it, but you are able to do so. And as you are looking around, you see that a number of them kind of give you looks because you are currently very out of place. And you get the impression that a number of them kind of recognize you. Go ahead and make me an insight check.
All right, insight check. That's a 9.
You kind of hear the muttering whispers, and every now and again you do hear the phrase Exilia Regalia.
All right. If it's all right with you, I would like to look for the Master at Arms. The current Master of Arms, whoever's like head of training, head of the drill instructions.
Make me investigation or perception, your choice.
Investigation or perception? I'd rather take a perception because my investigation is shit. Oh, that's a 17.
You begin kind of searching, and you don't initially find what you would determine to be the Master at Arms. What you do find, though, is a familiar red-clad individual in Faustius who seems to be doing a number of drills at the moment, and doing so in quite a brutal fashion. You see that he's sparring with some of them, and he is pummeling a few of these soldiers. Like, he hits a couple of them, and they stay down. And you hear him go, Oh, come on. What was that? You think Skull is gonna lay down and just let you kill him? No! Get up, man! And he shoves one back up to his feet, and the guy kind of like stumbles. He seems disoriented, and you see that Faustius kind of squares up, and he looks at this man's conditions, and he goes, weak! And he pushes the guy back down, and a couple of his buddies come over and kind of like round him up, pulling him away. Doesn't anyone in this camp have a bit of metal?
Ravon's gonna kind of walk on up, arms crossed, and going to basically go. You're pushing them too hard in the wrong direction.
He turns to you, hearing your voice. Ah, one of the mercs. Good. Exactly what I needed. Can I help you with something? I'm in the middle of important business.
You're in the middle of beating up soldiers who are never going to have a chance against Skald. They need to be trained more upon killing the orcs themselves, not the leader.
Are you a soldier then?
I am trained.
That's not what I asked.
He's going to directly look at Faustius, and he goes, I have not served in any military. However, I am well aware of capabilities that one possesses.
Uh-huh.
Do not mistake me for some mercs.
You see a few of the guys around you kind of begin to start taking a few steps back. Look, friend, what was your name?
Rovon.
Rovon. Last time I checked, you're an independent contractor. You're a blade for hire. And as you mentioned before, you are not a soldier, so do me a favor, as he kind of stances up to you. Back off.
Ravon actually will walk up and go, no. This is not how a leader acts. If you wish to lead, lead by example. Brute strength alone is not going to get you anywhere.
Brute strength is how one survives! As he shoves you, and you hear a couple of the guards go, they like gasp. He doesn't, for the record, he doesn't like shove you, but he does like that, like, come on,
Chest.
do something, kind of like,
Chest. Yeah, the chest push.
yeah. And he's a bit shorter than you, but he is stronger than he looks, as he does kind of surprise you a little bit.
Ravon will make mental note, and then he'll look directly and say, and yet you call yourself a soldier, yet you act more like a common thug.
I'm a survivor.
You're a child with a complex.
Oh. I like you. I do. And I want to keep liking you, so I suggest you back off.
He will approach. Tart,
Hmm.
if you do not mind,
Mhm.
I would like to activate Raikiri's Storm ability.
Okay.
Guardian Essence.
Okay.
You will see a couple small tinges of electricity generating around Ravon. And he will go directly looking down at him and go, make me boy.
Oh, I was hoping you would ask. And he is going to swing on you.
Go ahead.
That is a 28 to hit.
Beats me by 1.
Need my damage die for this. You are going to take 7. Sorry. I'm doing my math wrong. 9 bludgeoning damage as he.
Is it non-lethal?
It does seem to be non-lethal. As he... It hurts, though, as he, like, rocks back and slugs you across the face. And there is a profound... Not a thud, almost more of, like, a clank. Almost like metal on metal as he cracks you across the face. I will need a strength save.
Alright. 17.
17. That does not pass. As he rocks you and it takes you back a bit as you are propelled. You aren't knocked prone, but you are propelled backwards about 15 feet, skidding across the dirt and gravel. And you feel a couple of the guys kind of around you. They seem to almost like catch you as you are sent back into a small number of them.
Ravon's getting back up. Your punch was weaker. And I'd like to activate one of the channel divinities, going for the strength.
Okay.
Again. And he's going back. He's going to just keep walking towards him.
You walk back up to him.
Yeah.
Okay. If you approach him again, he will take another swing on you. That is a 29, one higher than the last.
He'll hit.
I'll need another strength save.
Alright, I do have advantage with the channel divinity.
That's a much higher.
25.
25. Okay. You aren't knocked back. You're able to sort of like prepare yourself as you see the second hit coming. And it hits harder, but you're ready for it, and you don't get sent backwards. You are, though, going to take, doing some math, you're going to take 21 bludgeoning damage on the second swing.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a note of that. Give me 1 second. Alright. That'll knock me down to that. At least it's non-lethal. He gets back up. Again. And he's going to, this time, go for burning a first level spell slot.
Uh-huh.
Shield of Faith. He's wanting to test this man.
Okay. As you sort of bolster yourself and you prepare for the third swing, he goes, "You know, Hildegard was right. You all made of sterner stuff, aren't you?" I like that. I like that. Well, let's see what you've got. As he's going to take a swing, and that is a natural 20.
Alright, the crit will be reduced.
It will, because you cannot be crit. I will ask for another strength save. As this time he comes upwards and he hammers down upon your skull.
Okay. 22.
Okay, the DC is a 20, so you pass.
Okay.
You are going to take, again, 21 bludgeoning damage, and you are rocked once more, and you are sent, not downward, you kind of like lurch forward a bit from the strike. And
Alright.
he's just laughing as he rocks you once more. Come on! Fight back! As he pats his own chest. Ravon, what's your passive perception?
11.
You hear the sound of clanking metal as he pats his own chest. but you swear there is another underlying sound that you can't make out. And as you begin to straighten yourself up, there is another voice that rings out. What the hells are you doing? As Amadeus makes his way through the crowd, as Faustius is beginning to come up on you again, and Amadeus puts himself between the two of you. You! As he sort of shoves back Faustius. My cabin, now! To which Faustius puts his hands up again and says, this isn't over. It damn well is. Now! Go! As Faustius...
While he's yelling, may I do a quick divine sense?
You sure can. Go ahead and throw up Divine Sense for me.
There you go.
With Amadeus in front of you, you trigger your Divine Sense, seeing an opportunity as his attention is elsewhere. And he reeks of fiendish scent. Much like you saw beforehand. Faustius, now having been yelled at by his commander, turns away and kind of pushes through the ongoing circle of men around you. And Amadeus turns to you, and you. I don't know what you said, what you did, and I formally have no control over you, so man to man I'll tell you this. Don't antagonize my men. Stay away from them. As he kind of gets up in your face, not in the same way that Faustius did, but almost as like, this is authority. He knows he's in charge here, and while he may not be in charge of you, he's letting his authority be known.
Ravon will kind of just look at Amadeus and he will go, I will respect your decisions, General. I merely wish to ensure that the men are being adequately trained and not being used as punching bags.
Make me a persuasion check. No, just a charisma check, not persuasion.
That's a 10. Yeah, I'm not even gonna waste an inspiration die.
That's okay. He rolled on that one.
Oh!
As he looks back to Faustius, and he seems to pause for a moment before looking back to you. And he reaches down into his little satchel bag at his side, and he pulls out what looks to be a small bundle of, like, bandages. And he sort of, like, presses it up against your chest. You're hurt. And you'll hurt. Bandage your wounds.
Can I insight him?
Roll me insight.
Just normal insight?
Yeah.
Okay. 12.
Hold on, I need to roll. He is hard to read in this moment. But he sort of, you do feel a small, like, dribble of blood kind of begin to leak down into your eyesight as he has pushed this bundle of bandages up against your chest. You're not bleeding heavily, but you definitely are injured from the several blows that he gave you.
Yeah, like getting smacked in the face with, like, a hockey stick.
Yeah.
Ravon will take it, and he will just politely, like, nod. And when Amadeus turns to leave, Ravon is going to go and check up on the soldiers that got mollywopped.
He turns away and he begins to follow Faustius. And as you sort of as you remove your helmet and begin to sort of start bandaging up this decent wound along the sort of like crest of your head, you move over to the soldiers that you saw him beating up on, and seeing you approached, one of them kind of comes forward. Thank you. We appreciate your assistance. Faustius is,
Ill-tempered.
that's one word for it. I know not to speak out against my commanders, but thank you again. And he'll put his hand out to meet yours.
Ravon will extend his hand to shake. You do your best. It is all any commander could ask.
Morale is already low. We don't have a lot of, well, heroes, to say, standing up for us like we have now. So, again, thank you. You'll find that more people here know about Exilia Regalia than you would originally think. So, you have allies here.
I am very appreciative of it, especially in this time that we live in. However, we are merely doing our jobs. Heroes, not so much yet. The real heroes are those that are willing to put their lives on the line to ensure the safety of the entirety of the kingdoms. That would be you. And for that, and Ravon will actually bow. You have mine as well as the rest of Vanihir's gratitude.
He seems a little taken aback by that. That's incredibly kind. Thank you. We'll remember that. Ravon, you have successfully increased the morale of the troops here in Vaco.
Hooray! With any bit of remaining time, Ravon would like to train with the troops, kind of like help them improve their stances, their strikes, their swings. But while he's doing that, with Raikiri's hawk form currently still out, he would tell Raikiri kind of in Giant or Celestial, whichever one. Wait, what languages would Raikiri know?
I believe your familiar knows any languages that you know.
In Giant, he's going to whisper, "Find Flip. Inform him that the general radiates the energy."
As Raikiri takes off. Ravon, as you spend some time training with the troops, you look off, and a bit of ways away, there is, in another courtyard, in the courtyard adjacent to yours, you notice that there is, well, not in the courtyard adjacent to yours, in the adjacent to your courtyard, there is a building which looks to have a number of bird cages on top of it. More than what would be presumed to be normal.
He'll turn to one of the soldiers and goes, "The building with the birds." And kind of just points.
Our messengers.
I see. Messengers. How often do the messenger birds leave and make?
Less often now. They used to fly out several times a day, but as of late, they've been getting hunted down by local forces. Now we have to let them out in the secrecy of the night to allow them to reach their destination safely.
Have any been intercepted at night?
Less, but certainly more than we'd like. If you have questions, you could speak with the Master Falconer. His name's Queric,
Queric.
and I'll give you the spelling for that.
Please and thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
Master Falconer Queric. You should be with them. They're his birds.
Rovan will actually go.
Okay.
And he would like to go speak to the Falconer.
Okay. You make your way up onto the roof of this building. There's a outdoor staircase that leads directly to the rooftop. And you see that it is probably you see what probably amounts to roughly 3 dozen cages. Make me an investigation check.
You got it.
You got it, Chief.
13.
13. You begin sort of looking throughout, and you determine that while there are about 3 dozen cages, at this stage, probably only about half of them have birds in them. Oh, what just happened?
I have no idea.
My map just disappeared. Okay. You know what? I had this happen recently. Give me 1 second. I can probably back up. I think I accidentally deleted it.
It's
Whoops.
so white.
Roll 20 ran us for our maps.
Roll
Quick!
Roll 20 was like, let it snow in the fucking browser.
Quick! We need maps! Highlight the Jake signal!
There we go.
Quick, light up the
Just a-
chin light.
It's just a cleft chin with a J in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just the Crimson Chin signal.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
With
it's
a
the
J.
Crimson Chin.
Here comes Jowl Jake.
But as I was saying, Jesus Christ.
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
But as I was saying, yes, about half of these cages have birds in them. And as you're kind of walking through, looking at them, it's a number of birds, messenger, carrier pigeons, a variety of birds, falcons and hawks and such. You see a peregrine falcon in there.
Ooh.
And as you're kind of looking at these birds, you hear a voice approaching you. "Oh there, can I help you?" And as you turn, you see this individual.
Ooh. I
What appears
I
to be
love
a
this man.
falcon Aarakocra. Not in standard armor like most of the other soldiers you've seen, but definitely has a sort of leather vest with a sigil on it that you determine to be the army sigil. And on his wrist, he's got a brace, and he's got a this beautiful, like perfectly white falcon.
You must be Master Falconer Queric.
That would be me, yes. And you are, I believe, the new faces in camp. One of the new faces in camp.
That I am. Rovan. He extends a hand.
He extends his free hand. Good to meet you. Something I can assist you with, as he meets your handshake.
I came to inspect the messenger corps, ensure that everything is alright. I see that half these cages are empty.
Yes, a number of them in the past few months have been hunted down. We thought when we started out here in Vaco, things were fine, but the longer we've been here, the more and more my birds have been hunted down.
I see. Is this conventional warfare via standardized fire, or are we talking animal hunting? What tactics
We've
are
been
being
able to
used?
retrieve a number of the bodies of my sweet birds, most of them hit by either magical means, things like simple spells, magic missile, firebolt, traditional means. Also, such standard munitions like rocks and bolts, arrows. But there have been a few that have seemingly gone missing. Never make it to the destination and never make it back. There's probably been about 6 of those thus far that we just don't know where they've gone.
I see. They wouldn't happen to have left any feathers, at least any parts of themselves.
Not what wasn't already here, unfortunately.
Which one was the latest one?
Latest one we lost, that would have been Sylvester. That would have been approximately 3 nights ago. An owl, snowy owl. We have yet to retrieve him.
Do you have any remaining feathers?
You can check his cage.
Of course.
I don't clean them of the feathers or the such in the hopes that maybe they come back.
What was the nature of the message? How sensitive?
It was a secret message from Lord Aragon, one that I am not privy to the information. Rovan, to you that immediately screams about something with his plan. Rovan, make me an insight check.
Oh, you got it, Chief.
With advantage.
You get it. I would like to burn an inspiration for a reroll.
Go for it.
Alright, holiday inspirations burned. 23.
You think for a moment. Something doesn't add up. Theon wasn't aware of Cedric's plan. Why would he send a messenger bird? And to who would he send it to?
He's going to look to Queric and goes, I understand that this is a sensitive topic, but do you have any idea where this bird was supposed to go?
Unfortunately, no. Lord Aragon had me step away as he sent off the message. He said it was a personal matter. I assumed that the bird has returned to Dragon's Reach. But I'll admit something seems odd, as I know he has with his mage Theon. I know that he has a means of magical communication. So it just, I'm sorry, maybe I'm thinking too much into it.
No, you are fine, Queric. He had you step out, though. Yes, was there anybody else in the room?
No, just Lord Aragon.
One nods. If you do not mind, I would like to check the cage.
Please, go right ahead. And he will lead you to what would have been Sylvester's cage.
Alright. Is there any feathers or anything that I can pick up from?
Easy enough. You look inside, and like he said, he's cleaned the cage, but he hasn't like cleared out any loose feathers or any quote-unquote nesting material for him in there. And as he mentioned, in the hope that he comes back, so there's plenty of feathers to choose from.
Rovan will take the healthiest looking of the feathers, the one that seems like it's like fresh. If that is alright.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just have you make me an investigation roll just to see how fresh of a feather you get.
Alright. An investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just return that to a normal roll. Natural fucking 20!
20. Nice. You are able to grab what you determine to be the freshest feather.
He will take that and he'll pocket it.
Okay.
And he will turn back to Queric and go, "If you do not mind me inquiring, Master Queric, barring Sylvester, what is the success rate of all the other birds that are sent on the most clandestine of information missions compared to the normal ones?"
In the past 3 months, I'd say maybe 65%. We've had to change a lot of plans because those birds have gone missing.
65%. Has there been any irregularities that have popped up? Patterns? Or certain days that they are released? Certain flight paths?
I make a roll for him. Poor bastard. That's a natural one.
Oof.
Unfortunately, not that I can think of. I apologize. Wish I
It's
could be
fine.
of more help.
No, you're doing your job. I am appreciative of that.
I appreciate you looking into the matter. If I can assist you anymore, please let me know. But for
I'm
now, I must
great.
return back to my duties.
Understood. When he goes to return to his duties, Ravon would like to do one more divine sense, just to see if he could pick up maybe,
Something that shouldn't
Any-
be.
yeah, like if there's a creature that might be looking in, like an imp or something.
Maybe something that smells a bit dirty.
Yes. Where's the filth?
Oh, I will be kind. I will say that the 60 feet will cover the entirety of the rooftop.
Aw, thank you.
However, you do not pick up anything that would register within your divine sense amongst this rooftop. Except for an undead! No. An undead right behind you!
Queric, I knew it!
But no, you do not pick up anything.
It's just a crawling claw that's just waving at you.
Hi, Dord.
Oh, hello, cousin It.
I know what you did last summer.
Yes, I went volleyball.
Picked up Kieran.
Ravon, if that is all you currently have,
The only thing I could say is Ravon would probably try to go find Flit or Kore, whichever one.
I will need you to make a decision. You sent a bird to Flit. I don't know if that.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if that influences you one way or another.
Shit. I'll go find Flit.
Go find Flit. Okay. Alrighty. Let me roll to see who we go to next. Okay. Corvin. You wanted to have
Yes.
a one-on-one conversation with Hildegard Duskstone.
Yes, but before we break apart, Corbin would like to use message to tell everybody where he's going to be putting up the Magnificent Mansion and asking them to keep it secret.
Okay. Where are you going to be placing it just for the party and my own reference?
Good question, Mega Man. I was thinking in the wherever like do we have like a tent or anything like equivalent to that?
You guys could get
like
a
for
tent
lodging?
commissioned, or you guys could get lodging commissioned if you wished. You don't have it at present, but if you were to ask anyone, somebody would get you set up.
Okay.
In fact, if you want, you can spend a little bit of your time here to do that.
Yeah, actually, he will definitely get one commissioned.
Okay.
And then when it's like finished setting up and he's doing a once over, he will put it in the back of the entrance area, I guess, like
Okay.
in the back inside the tent, and then like lay out the bedrolls.
You guys will actually get a access to a smaller 2-story house in the a bit closer to the center part of the city, rather
Oh,
than a
what?
tent.
You know what? That actually works better. Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, then he will make the Magnificent Mansion inside of like a closet on the first floor.
Okay. So you're going ahead and casting Magnificent Mansion.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and spend your spell slot for that. Go ahead and throw it up for me.
Prepare for the fucking wall.
Yes, wall inbound. Okay.
Not as big, but you know what? It functions.
There's suddenly a wardrobe, a brand new wardrobe in the middle of this closet.
We're going to
Yeah.
fucking Narnia.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you, River.
Anyway, but as soon as he's done setting that up, and I guess doing a few other like things up set up, he will definitely try and look for Hildegard.
Okay, make me an investigation check just to see how long it takes you to find her.
Oh god, I clicked something I shouldn't have. Ah, damn it.
Fear.
No, it's just the Discord application for me today has been stupid.
Miss Hildegard?
Investigation 22.
22. You actually are able to find her pretty easily back up on the wall where you guys were before you all broke off, where you all listened to Skull's boasting. She has taken a spot on the wall, and she's sitting on the wall, dangling her feet off of what is probably, I don't know, maybe 150-foot drop-ish, at least.
Fearless. I like her.
She's got her
Anyway.
sort of what appears to be like almost like it's almost like a glaive or a spear. You kind of see it in the image. It's like a spear, but the blade is almost seemingly seems to be more for like slashing rather than piercing. It's like a spear with a
Oh.
blade. Blade.
Blaive.
A blade.
Blaive is my
A blade.
Blaive is my favorite Marvel character. Anyway,
And she's got just kind of positioned up on the wall next to her.
spotting for enemies. He'll just kind of say, trying to announce himself.
Waiting for the sunset. As you kind of look, Corvin, you do see it's getting into the deep afternoon. Still got some time and an empty space if you're feeling daring. As she looks
daring,
to
you say?
coyly.
Daring, you say? Why not? I could always go for a new source of inspiration.
She gestures to the spot next to her.
Respectively, he'll sit. Okay, so is the for my mind palace,
Mhm.
is it like separated out like usual wall, like usual stone walls, or is it like just like one smooth like line?
It's separated out with almost like the I don't know what you would call them, but like where you can
I've got no clue
like the
either.
cover where like guys can stand
Yeah.
behind or just can stand behind. It's separated out like that, like a traditional wall.
Okay. Respectively, he's gonna sit the one next to her, but not the but not in the little dip, if that makes sense.
Yes, I got you. So, is
he'll-
it true that you guys, your party, you not only saved the city, but you defeated this massive, ravenous monster?
Oh, I could regale you the tale, but honestly speaking, why not just show you? And he will use minor illusion to show off like a TV screen sized POV of the Orange Dragon fight.
Ooh. Yeah, ravenous is definitely the word I would use. Man, I would have loved to have been part of that fight.
Yes, but fortunately they had you as well as your other Chroma God's co-workers out here on the front line.
Which begs the question, what was your name? Corvin, I believe?
I'll spare you the lengthy introduction, but yes, Corvin Adakir is my name, and storytelling as it is kind of my game.
And why are you here, Corvin Alakir? There has to be some goal or reward involved. Otherwise, why would you get involved on the front line? Color me curious.
He'll tilt his head a little bit and kind of give like her a very curious look, as if it's gonna sound weird, as if he's trying to I guess he's trying to deceive as if he is trying to read her.
Corvin, what's your past perception?
The 15.
15. You notice with your passive perception there is a sigil on her. What side are you're sitting on her right side, I presume?
Yeah, that's kind of how I envisioned it, if I'm being in all due honesty.
You notice on her pauldron that's facing you the sigil of what appears to be a raven with 4 daggers embedded in it. Like a raven head, and then the 4 daggers almost like form around it like a circle.
Can I determine what is the what that sigil could mean, or who she belongs to?
History check. Disadvantage.
Yeah, he probably won't. History. 17.
You've met someone with a similar sigil. Toriel Lingard.
Oh!
I was just looking that up.
Toriel Lingard had 7 daggers, though.
Oh, shit.
Do with this
God,
information as you will, but you do notice this.
I do not have the time to comb through my fucking notes about that lady. Oh, God, that's so... Gotta be kidding me. I just turn a random page and there it is. And he'll actually look back at her, spotting it not immediately, but he will spot the sigil. And yet, I could ask you the same kinds of question. Tell me, does the name Lingards ring any bells?
She's been kind of like dangling, almost like kicking her feet. And as you mention that name, her feet stop. And she smirks and looks at you. You know of my order then. You've met the seven.
Yes, I have. Although I will be fair. I don't really know a whole lot. She, respectively, didn't really give us a whole lot of information, and at the current moment, my memory is a little lapse on the subject.
Well, respectively, my order is one that it is best left not knowing. As she sort of leans in and almost whispers a bit. It is a secret best left forgotten.
Alright, if you don't mind then, what is someone of an assassin's order doing here on in the front line?
Oh, you can't be serious, can you? It's the front line. There's death everywhere. It's like an assassin's pipe dream.
Far be it for me to assume, but I figured it was more that some people in that line of work prefer the more subtle approach.
Not me, dear. No, I prefer a more, we'll call it flashy approach, as she sort of makes a flourish and a small, like a little sparkle emits from her fingers. You'd identify as prestidigitation.
Hi, Tengen.
Hi, Tengen. I was thinking it, punk.
I was like, white hair, flashy. God damn it.
That was not intentional, but then
But
we
you know
started
what?
doing the high Tengen thing, and I was like, punk's gonna love this character.
Ah, okay. I see the reference now. Sorry, I just typed Tengen into the Google search engine, and
Yes.
it made it perfect sense.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you've seen any Demon Slayer. Real quick recap. The wives come. He has multiple wives. He's like, one of the boys asks, like, hey, do you have a favorite? He's like, no. And all of them greet him. He's like, hi, Lord Tengen. Hello, wife. Hi, Lord Tengen. Hey, wife. And then Rengoku comes by and he's like, hey, Tengen. He's like, hi, Rengoku. That's where hi
Anyway,
Tengen come from. Anyway.
I love Demon Slayer.
It's good shit.
But
Anyway,
sort of
so-
continuing on, she looks to you and goes, it's good money, there's a lot of death, it's just good. I'm just here to have a good time.
He'll sit cross-legged on where he's at and kind of look towards her and say, I knew I liked you the moment I spotted you. You definitely have a panache for the fanciful movements.
Dear, you're not the first one to tell me that, but I appreciate it all the same. Flattery will get you everywhere in this world.
Oh, I've got plenty of it, darling, but that's not why I'm here. I'm actually kind of here to extend an invitation of sorts.
An invitation? My dear, we've just met. What sort of invitation could you be extending to me? Dear little old me.
Oh. Humbleness will definitely, sorry, let me rephrase.
You're good.
Being humble is definitely stokes the curiosity, but no, well, you definitely have heard something about that once or twice, but has anyone ever extended an invitation to you of drinking wine or various kinds of spirits from the Fey Wilds themselves?
You have booze? She looks at you curiously.
Booze, food, and quite frankly, and he'll kind of look around. Probably the best stage that anyone can be a part of.
You're making a fast approach on the way to my heart. Booze and food, two of my favorite things. And what exactly, as I've played this game before, you want something, I presume?
I would just like a chat and to kind of get my bearings of the area. Frankly speaking, and no worries about any kinds of ulterior motives. I am happily partnered, and quite frankly, I think she would probably rip off my legs and shove them up a horse's ass if I even thought about going against her back.
Sounds like a lovely woman. A real
Ah, she's
spitfire.
She's the best.
Lucky lady.
But the invitation still stands. I just would like to... It's kind of a bad habit of mine. I like to gather... what some would say gossip, but I like to just call it having a nice conversation.
And this conversation, is that to take present now or in the near future?
I mean, you are waiting for the sunset. I figured we can go right after.
I'm amenable to this. So, above game, you are not going to have this conversation with her now. You wish to do it later. Yes?
Yeah, later.
Okay. You're going to wine and dine her.
In the most platonic sense, yes.
Yes. Okay. It's like Mr. Incredible with, what's the bitch's name?
Mirage.
Mirage.
Question.
Uh-huh.
And we've probably had this discussion, it's just my memory is just shit right now. Have we been able... Can I plane shift into the Magnificent Mansion? Because it's a Debbie plane.
Let me just take a look at the spell again.
Alright, give me one moment. Another wall incoming.
I will say yes because you created it. If you cannot demiplane into someone else's mansion, especially if they have revoked your access to the mansion, but since you created it and it is yours, you can do that.
Awesome, thank you. Because, I figured my brain said yes because it's something that I can put up and take down whenever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, he will make himself comfortable and... Actually, he'll pull out the mandolin and begin kind of mindlessly, strumming along to whatever he is thinking at this current moment.
Mm-hmm. And I presume you guys are going to wait for the sunset.
Yes.
Okay. Before we cut away, after a couple minutes, she will simply ask you, "Can I ask you a question, Corvin Alakia?"
Go for it, Hildegard Duskstone.
Do you plan to kill me?
Now, why would I go and do that?
Because if you did, I would have to kill you first. And I don't like liars, dear.
Liar is such an ugly... Sorry, let me rephrase. Lying is such an ugly word. I try not to do it as much. Especially after, let's just say, some complicated situations got resolved.
She is going to insight you. Are you attempting to deceive her in this moment?
It's probably going to be yes, but it's not really deceiving. More or less, he's trying to be vague about what's going on and try and keep that to himself. Mostly because I just met this woman.
Okay. I will still require a deception check then.
Yeah, I figured that as much. Why is that on? It's a 19. It's a 21 anyway, but I don't know why that was on disadvantage.
Okay. She rolled a 23. So, I guess the question is, what would she get with a 23?
He's leading. The words aren't say more than what he is trying to lead on, and they seem oddly personal.
Okay. She will let the topic drop. And you guys make some small conversation, but wait for the sunset to come. And we will cut away from you for now. We will touch back up on that in a little bit.
So we've
got 2 more groups I need to touch upon. We are going to go to Flit, Lily, and Diana. Let me just change my music real quick. We'll go for this one. As the 3 of you make your way to what appears to be a rather sizable church in the midst of the city, Aldrich is with you, and he's sort of making light conversation as you guys move along. This is not too long after you guys originally broke off. If you have anything you wish to discuss with Aldrich before you arrive, you can do so.
Do you have anything in particular, Lily?
I don't.
Okay. So, how bad are we talking for the injured around here?
Well, the good news is that most of our wounded men are manageable, stable. The bad news is that the sheer number of them, it's quite a sizable force. And with our lack of current lack of access to healing magic, healing such a large number has been difficult.
Why is the number so low?
Just various means. A number of the orcs have gotten smart. They've begun to register and prioritize our healers amongst our men, amongst our numbers. They tend to be the first ones to get shot down.
I suppose that makes sense. Awful as it is.
It's fair game, I suppose. We invoke the same tactics. The healers go down. It makes dispatching with the rest of the men significantly easier.
Oh, yeah. It's the curse of being a healer, I suppose. So, especially at the front lines. How's the rest of the gang? I'm sorry if I'm asking a lot of questions, but we did just kind of get in, so
No,
I guess
it's all right. I appreciate the initiative. We're in dire straits, to be honest with you, and I am admittedly nervous about this new plan to storm Zorn in our current condition, but I am not in charge.
Oh,
I trust Amadeus. I haven't known Zarek for too long either, but I do trust his judgment as well.
I admit I haven't dealt with much of them either, but I do trust Theon on matters. And I used to trust. Never mind. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how everything is situated.
We're just trying to help in any way we can.
And your help is welcome. More than I can express. I'm not sure we've had a proper introduction thus far, but my name is Aldrich. Aldrich Estes.
I'm Flit, and she'll offer out a hand.
he will meet it. I apologize for the what's the term I'm looking for? Enthusiastic nature of my two comrades. One is too hard-headed for his own good, and the other, well, she's whimsical, I guess you could say.
Oh.
But I assure you, they are good people, even if unique.
Well, we've had dealings with good but eccentric people before. I'm sure we'll get along fine.
I thank you. Just give them a chance is all I ask.
Fair enough. Though, in turn, I ask that you also be a little... give Corey and Ravon a chance as well. Listen, of the people in our group most likely to cause something, one of them already has.
Corey, you off a ways, you sneeze. As you guys continue on and you're about to enter, there's the sound of fluttering as Flit Raikiri perches down on your shoulder.
Oh. Is it obviously Raikiri?
It is. It very much is. You would know a Raikiri anywhere.
Yeah. Hey. What are you doing here? Can you guys give me a sec?
Sure. We will be inside. Diane will kind of saunter up to you. You okay?
Yeah, just, checking something. I'll follow up. It's okay.
Okay.
Just as they take off, I'm going to spend a charge from the staff. Hey, Raikiri, what did Ravon send you my way?
Hello, friend Flit. I am here to speak with you about Ravon's findings. We have confirmed the infernal nature of our mutual enemy, Amadeus Waolia.
Ah,
He wished for me to relay this information to you.
good to know. I'll pass it on. I'll get in touch with the rest in my group. If you want to return to Ravon, I'll make sure that the message is received.
Raikiri will nod and will take off once more.
It's only been like 30 seconds or something, so Flit just kind of quickly catches up.
You guys catch up and you make your way inside of, again, what is a sizable church. And you can see that the pews have been moved aside, giving way to the center flooring, where a number of, quote-unquote, stations for healing wounded men seem to be. There's a lot of wounded, y'all.
Oh, no.
And this church, it looks like they're on the edge of not having enough space here. This is terrible, says Diana.
There's so many.
Like I said, the numbers coming back are more than we can keep up with. But Father Krent has been doing his best. And the two of you notice Diana sort of perk up for a moment. I'm sorry, did you say Krent? And I will give you the spelling on that. Father Krint. And as she says this, there is another voice that kind of rumbles through the chamber as it seems to be approaching you. Oh, I had heard that there were a number of new faces in camp. And you guys turn to see this sizable minotaur approaching your group.
Oh,
Father Krint. And I also forgot to put Aldrich up on screen.
I love that art for Father Krant.
Yeah.
That's great.
And as Diana...
Regal. Pretty.
Yes. He is very sizable. About Rovan size, maybe even a bit taller, a bit bulkier. But a man of the cloth, as he is presenting. And Diana, seemingly recognizing this individual, seems to shoot over towards him. It lets out this almost like girlish scream, which I will not replicate, and jumps upon this Minotaur man and hugs him. My dear friend, it has been too long. And Father Krint, sort of taking her, goes, I thought that was you, Sunflower. It's so good to see you.
Sunflower?
That's so cute.
Diana turns to you, kind of laughing. Apologies, everyone. This is Krint. He was sort of my older brother as I was growing up in the church. He taught me a great number of things. It was good to meet you all. As she said, my name is Krint. And you, I believe, are Exilio Regalia.
Yep, that's us. Hi, I'm Flit.
I'm Lily.
It's good to see you as well, Aldrich. Aldrich kind of nods. And if you are Exilio Regalia, then I owe you thanks. An irredeemable debt that I can't express. In the attack on Dragon's Reach, my son, Imrus, and I will give you spelling on that, he nearly lost his life during that attack. And likely would have had your group not interfered, so... And he bows to you. By the grace of Apollo, thank you. Truly.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't know how to respond to this. Flit looks on over to Lily.
Lily's face a little red with embarrassment.
We do everything we can to make sure everyone stays safe.
Well, I certainly appreciate everything that you're doing. A number of the folks here do as well. Plenty of the soldiers here have families, children in Dragon's Reach. And, well, let's just say a number of them are well familiar with what you've done for them. Also, I apologize if I shut down for a second. The dog is currently speaking on GDQ, and I'm crying.
Oh,
Anyways. Diana turns to Krint. Well, I'm certainly glad that Emrys is doing well. I'm sorry that he had to be witness to such a terrible event. Yes, I don't envy him, having been away from him in such a dire time, but I'm glad that they were safe within your carriage? In your care, High Priestess. Oh, gods, please don't call me that. We're friends, Krint. Please don't. As you will, Sunflower. And then he looks to just kind of the group in general. What can I, Father Krint, Life Cleric of Apollo, assist you with?
Well, actually, we came to assist you. We just got in, and one of the first things we wanted to do was we heard that there was a bit of a shortage of healers, and we want to, offer our services, make sure we can care for some people.
Well, I certainly won't turn down the help. Four pairs of hands are certainly better than what we've been dealing with.
I may not be a healer, and I'm small in stature, but if anything needs to be moved around or carried or anywhere you need my help, just let me know.
I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Aldrich, will you be staying as well? Yes, you have my hands. I will try to heal who I can while I'm here. Thank you.
Are you-
Aldrich?
Looks on over to Aldrich. Do you have healing capabilities as well?
I do. I am a paladin, much like your friend Ravon, and I believe you mentioned that you were also one of the cloth. Captain, I believe it was?
Yes.
You both do notice he does have a sigil kind of blazoned upon his armor. If you guys want, you can do religion checks.
I'll do that.
Nat
Let's
20.
go, Lily.
Nice.
The paladin that's not religious.
At 21. I follow up as best I could.
Good job, y'all.
Away.
Oh, excuse me. Y'all identify the sigil blazoned upon his armor as the symbol of the god Helm, who is a god of protection. Typically, he is a lawful neutral god, and he typically is represented by life and light clerics, as well as paladins.
You follow Helm.
I do. I seek to protect those most in need. That is my oath.
I see. Can I actually get a insight on that?
Roll insight. Are you seeing if he's lying?
Yes, actually.
Roll insight.
$19.
He seems to be genuine.
Okay.
More than that, he seems to present this almost a visible openness in just about everything that he's said thus far. I know you all are going to be busy helping who you can here, but if you request anything of me, all you need to do is reach out. I'll seek to
Okay.
help you as best I can.
Thank you. We'll see if we need it, I guess. As Foot just kind of looks around to all of the injured.
Father Krint will bow to you all again. You're doing us great service. I can already excuse me. The essence of Apollo, his grace, his light, it leaks from your forms, your essences, your auras. I can see that you will be great helps here. And I am very thankful for it, as these men will also be.
Flit will return the bow and looking over to Diana. What's her mood like? I'm curious. That she's obviously run into an old friend but in kind of strange circumstances.
Insight check, advantage.
19.
She said it already. She hasn't seen this individual, Father Krint, in roughly 3 to 4 years. And based on the pre-established relationship, she said, it seems that this man is almost more than simply a friend. He's almost a sense of, he's almost like a surrogate brother to her. She is beaming. Despite the otherwise dire circumstances around you.
Fair enough.
She's as happy as can be.
Let's gonna lean on over to Lily. Hey, Lily,
Yes.
if you're Lily and you have Dandelion and she's Sunflower, when do I get a flower name?
What kind of flowers do you like?
I don't know. I should probably look into that. Well-
I think so too.
Lily above game, not hinting at the fact she's more than likely gonna tell Reno.
Hey, what are you planning?
Nothing, she smiles.
What are you planning?
She just gives this cheeky grin.
I should have talked to Diana. I should have given that to Diana.
To be fair, there are plenty of very pretty flowers.
Lily, who lived in the forest most of her life.
Well, I would say that I really enjoyed this little lily, and she pulls out the Thunder Lily, but I felt that name was taken, so I didn't want to choose that one.
She snickers.
Come on, let's see about helping some of these poor soldiers.
You guys together, you specifically Aldrich, Diana, and Flit, you guys are high-level healers. You are able to put in a level of work working together that this camp, based on their reactions and their thankfulness, have not seen in some time. And Lily, your efforts do not go unnoticed either, as you're primarily put to helping move things, helping move patients in and out of rooms, and helping them making room, like more space for the sick and wounded, as opposed to the ones who now seem to be getting the much needed healing magic. You guys all working together as a group are able to heal a good number of some of the worst of these men and women in arms. And your efforts are very well noticed. Your group, if you would like to, while in the midst of this, if you would like to ask Krint or Aldrich any questions, or if you would like to investigate anything, just let me know what you would like to do and I can see what we can do.
Lily, while moving the patients to and from, would probably try to ask some questions.
Okay, what kind of questions?
How they got hurt? Did things go wrong during like a mission? Because Lily, mostly doing what she does. She's a scout.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a bit weird, Lily. I would like you to roll me Are you proficient in investigation?
Proficient in investigation? No.
Go ahead and for this one roll me investigation and add your proficiency to it. This is a bit of a complicated roll.
Said which one again?
Investigation, and so you could just click the little check mark next to your investigation, roll it, and then just unclick it again. That's okay. You gather from what a lot of these men and women are telling you that a good chunk of them were injured in what have been labeled as what should be routine missions but have developed into ambushes, with them being the ones getting ambushed.
Lily will keep note of that. Is there about a percentage? Could you give me a percentage, Tart?
Let me think. More than half, I would say, based on the ones you speak with.
Lily doesn't like that.
Good, you shouldn't. Do you have any other questions, Lily?
If anything seemed off during the missions,
Mm-hmm.
too quiet, too easy.
Go ahead and make me same roll as before. Investigation check with proficiency.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Go for it.
Not my birthday inspiration. The other inspiration?
That's fine.
Okay. Oh god, I don't remember how to do that one.
Just re-roll it.
Oh.
It's just a reroll. Is birthday inspiration and standard inspiration are the same thing? Just one you have to earn and one you just get for free. They technically stack.
15.
15. Remind me of your question again. If things seem weird during their missions.
Yes, like off, quiet, things were too easy.
They do know that a number of missions in the past couple months that have been successful haven't felt super substantial. Like, obviously, the securing the city of Vaco has been a big win for them, but a number of the other missions have been capturing, like, small outposts, nearly empty, yards, supply yards, setting up roadblocks on trade routes, on, what's the supply paths. None of them have felt very substantial in recent times, and it's beginning to take a toll on morale.
They were purposely being led astray.
Perhaps. Seems to be that way.
Lily will, of course, relay all of this information to Flit and Diana when she can.
Okay. While that is going on, Flit, what about you? Do you have any questions or specific things for this?
I would have probably Lily asked the interrogation of the soldiers. I think Flit would have probably talked to Aldrich a little bit more,
Okay.
and just kind of learn more about him, more about the group, more about the state of everything. He's the first person to kind of talk to, so she would be still just kind of like asking general questions about him, the group,
Nothing
the
really
state of war.
specific.
She doesn't want to be. She did want to ask one thing in particular. She wanted to ask how long he's been with Amadeus.
Okay, so before we get to that, so he is in. I'll let your priest inside check Carrie. He is very open, very honest with you about pretty much everything that you've been asking for.
Mm-hmm.
It is suffice to say that he is. You're reading him like a book, but he's letting you as well.
Fair enough. I'm not trying to like probe into and really
Yeah.
fish for information. I'm just trying to be like, this would be stuff that
He's
even
acting
despite
in a
what we know.
way similar to not having anything to hide from you.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and for that specific question, ask that in character, if you will.
So just casually talking about the Chroma Guard, talking about how he's with everyone else. She then gets to, so, how long have you been attached to Amadeus?
As a member of the Blue, I've been with him approximately 3 years, but I've known the man probably upwards of nearly 2 decades. Certainly more than Faustius or Hildegard, that's for sure.
Oh, so you've been with him for a very long time.
We have.
Did you, serve under him for a while, or what?
I did. He also saved my life at one point during the War's End area. I haven't forgotten what he did for me that day. Things were bad. My platoon had gotten ambushed, and his platoon happened to be nearby when it happened. Since then, I enlisted into his company, and he's become a dear friend.
Ah, I see. I mean, a life debt like that would be a heck of a reason to have a dear friend like that, right?
Indeed.
He seemed really frustrated when we showed up. Is he okay?
I'm not sure. Between you and me, him, the way he acted when Skull was here, I'd never seen him so ready to throw away another man's life. Especially Lord Aragon's. That took me by surprise. But I know that the stress is getting to all of us, and morale is the lowest that's been in some time. So, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know what everyone here has gone through. I can only guess. So, maybe that is the case.
Your
Foot just kinda
concern
shrugged.
is certainly warranted.
I'm hoping that at least, she blushes a little bit. I don't like to think of myself as like a hero, but I guess if us showing up would be like a good thing to bolster morale, I hope it does.
You've done more here in a mere few hours than what a number of us have been able to do in the past several weeks. You may not see yourself as a hero, but I assure you, you certainly are one. These men will regard you in the highest fashion, I assure you that.
Well, I'm just glad that they're around to regard me at all.
As am I. And it's around this time, Rovan, you enter into this church and you are immediately presented with Father Krint, who welcomes you. Welcome, brother. You are one of Exilia Regalia, yes?
Oh, hello. Yes, I am. My apologies for disturbing.
Oh, you are quite all right. There are a number of your fellowship here already getting to work.
Oh, and Rovan will turn and see the group and go, oh, hello, everybody. Oh, hey, Philip, Diana, Lily.
Oh, hi, Ravon. Did Raikiri get back?
Did Raikiri get back?
Raikiri did get back to you.
Okay. Yes. Got back. safe and sound.
Realistically, Raikiri probably would have gotten back to you before you left. But obviously, we did your scene first, so we weren't able to determine that.
No, you're good. You're good, man. You're good. Yes. Flit, if I could borrow you and Diana in a little bit, I have a problem I need you to help me solve.
For the record, Flit and Lily, y'all would definitely notice Rovan has bandages around his fucking head. Homie has been in a fight.
Ravon, what happened to you?
We literally just got here.
I have helped boost morale to men.
Yeah, but apparently not to your face.
We just
think-
got
Hey, yo!
I raised morale. What?
You fucking degenerate achievements.
Okay, I call your raise. Flit is just going to kind of like look over to Aldrich with that stare of like, you have yours, I have mine.
Thought she was gonna apologize for him. I'm so sorry he got out of hand.
Who did you get into a fight with, to say honest?
Not so much fight, more of standing my ground. Your compatriot, Fastius.
Again, right. I've been pushing him and trying to get him to lighten up with troops, but appears that he has taken my advice and thrown it out the window, it would seem. Lovely. Love that for me.
Do not worry too much. The general has taken care of the problem.
Ooh, I hate to be a part of that conversation. And you see there's almost a sense of visible disgust. If you guys want to roll insight, go ahead.
Please.
Sure.
Yes.
This was Aldrich saying it? Sorry,
16.
I'm writing notes.
21.
11.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, no, you all would be able to tell this. There seems to be a difference in what is currently occurring. How do I phrase this? It seems like Faustius is going to get it worse than, like, say, Aldrich would. I'm trying to think of how to explain this, sorry. Aldrich sees this as more of, Faustius is in the shitter, basically. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to think of how to explain this.
He got caught on the hot mic and is currently deep in HR's meeting room.
Yes, but it's more of the fact that it's Faustius. Faustius is about to get it in a way that other men wouldn't. And you're not sure why. But he seems to know why. Sorry, I'm explaining this terribly.
Wait, okay, no, you're good. It would be verbal decimation, basically.
I guess so. Faustius is about to get it really bad, and Aldrich knows why. That is what I'm trying to express. And I'm
Gotcha.
failing.
You good?
So however you guys want to react to that.
Ooh. That doesn't sound good at all.
Sucks to be him.
Yes, Faustius and the general share a relationship.
Have
Be-
tensions been running high?
Yes, but the general and Fausti share a relationship that succeeds even what him and I have.
What, are you telling me they're related by blood?
No, but
Hey, fucking.
the next closest thing, they're not fucking. Not by blood, no, but Faustius is the general surrogate son.
Oh.
Oh.
Surrogate.
Was this something that also happened during the War of Zandaria?
It was. Amadeus's right-hand man at the time, one of the men who also saved me, he had a son. That son was Faustius. Near the end of the war, just before the treaty was struck, this right-hand man, his name was Zarin. And here is the spelling on that name. He did not make it. And requested with his final breath that Amadeus care for his son and train him to be as strong of a fighter as him. Him being Zarin. And Amadeus accepted. So, yes, Faustius gets it a bit rougher than the rest of us.
Ah,
Especially when he does dumb shit.
A massive chip on his shoulder and an ego to prove.
CG.
it's true.
Don't picture him, though. Idiot probably deserves it if he started a fight with you, which for that, I apologize.
You have nothing to apologize for. I merely stood up for the men.
I apologize because I know he won't. And he is my blood brother, so not my brother of blood, but my blood brother, if that makes sense.
No,
My
it makes
Aniki,
perfect
if you
sense.
will.
Nani?
Kiyama!
I suddenly sentenced him to death.
Ah!
Essence of red shirt.
Number one rule of Yakuza, never call anyone Aniki. It is a death flag.
Domain expansion, Ohio.
Ohio. Anyways. If you guys have nothing else here, Rovan, I presume that you would like to probably assist with the healing of troops, yes?
Sure.
Okay. You assist in the healing of troops, and you guys are able to make, again, a substantial divot. Now, for the hard part. You guys... For our two paladins... You guys are going to burn half of your lay on hands. And you guys are going to burn half of all your spell slots. So pick your... determine your total pool of spells. Cut that in half and divvy out those spells into leveled slots. You get to pick what levels you want.
Alright, I guess I'm losing 9 slots total.
6 for me.
You can divvy it out how you see fit, so you can dump it all into your higher levels if you want, or if you want, you can drop all your lower levels. It's up to you.
My half is 3, and I did pretty much 2 1s and 1 2.
Oof.
I went and I pretty much dumped the levels most likely to be used, i.e., all of my third levels and most of my healing word first levels, and a few hires. Hope no one needs to be revivified today.
Oh, good, Chief.
But unless you guys have anything else, I have one more individual I need to pass to, if that is okay.
Sure.
Hey.
Yeah.
Corey, you are making your way to the stables. You want to speak with some horses.
Specifically, Amadeus's and the Chroma Guard's horses, if I can.
Yes. You...
And also the plants around their quarters.
I will save you some time and some effort, and I will let you know that you are not able to get a lot from the plants here. Unfortunately, plants are not super knowledgeable. And this being a quote-unquote
Can they get
safe
vibes?
location. Can they get vibes? What kind of vibes?
Like the ones like that stick around, like the ones that are like growing like around their quarters. I don't know. They're receptive to certain vibrations of music, so they don't like. So they like vibe with like rock and like angry music.
Make me a nature
thinking-
check.
Yeah, can they pick up vibes from the people that they're living around?
Make me a nature check.
13.
They can tell that things around are quite serious. And they make mention of all the traffic that comes through this area, but they are ultimately plants. They only have so much information.
People are not very happy. People are very busy.
Yes.
Okay. Did you do your research on horses' memories?
I sure did. You should be proud of me.
Alright.
So, as you kind of make your way into the stables, you notice that there are a lot of horses. There are a lot of horses. You do see some empty stables, but they have to expand to make room for all the horses that they do still have. And you notice that there are a number of stable hands helping out the horses here. Go ahead and make me... We'll call this an investigation check.
11.
It takes you some time, but you do eventually find a sort of cordoned off, almost like miniature stable that has a collection of what appear to be more refined, better built horses. You deduce that this is likely what you're looking for, that some of these are the horses you're looking for. You do see that there is one empty stable, and as you come along, you notice the names of 4 specific horses. You notice Porthos, and I will give you all these names. Porthos, Maria, Adigo, and Yavanna. So Porthos, Maria, Adigo, and Yavanna.
I miss our
And
Griffin.
these are the horses?
These are the horses.
Okay.
You notice that the first three, Porthos, Maria, and Adigo, you determine those to be the horses of the Chroma Guard, as they have next to their stables colored, or they have saddles with specific colored, like almost like stripes that resemble the 3 colors of the Chroma Guard. And then the last horse, Yavanna, has a pure black saddle and is this pure white horse. And as you're kind of looking at these horses, a man comes up, a tiefling man who looks at you and goes, I'm sorry, can I help you?
Hi. I'm part of Exilia Regalia. Most of my group's off healing the men and soldiers. I came to check on some of more of our important horses.
I'm sorry, did you say Exilia Regalia? And he seems a little taken aback by that name.
Bad or good? Insight.
Insight. Vibe check. Vibe check. Incoming vibe check.
25.
Good. That is the vibe. Good is a good vibe. You can respond how you see fit. Vibe check certified.
I'm not good with military stuff, as you can see. I'm more gifted with plants and such, being a druid. I just came to check on the animals and see how they're doing. Are you alright since you're taking care of them? Are you noticing anything?
Yes, I apologize. You mentioned that you were part of Exilia Regalia.
Is that a problem? Am I?
No.
I know I don't like it. I kind of answered Amadeus, that makes sense, but we're just kind of here.
Quite the opposite, in fact.
What?
I want to thank you.
Oh.
Or? You don't know me. My name is Akinos Phazoth. Kore. History check.
$15.
You don't know the first name, but you recognize the last name. Phazoth, as in Valyria and Rudinia Phazoth.
Get spellings. DY.
Wait for it to click. Would some handouts help?
Hold on, I'm typing, I'm writing and then having to type and go through my notes. Shut up, hold on.
I will say the last name is something that Corey would know, but I don't believe you've had in your notes up to this point. So if you're looking for the notes, look for Valyria and Rudinia.
Oh! Cedric got the Sapphire Lily! From Valyria?
From Rudinia, but Valyria is her daughter.
Got you, sorry, I wrote it down wrong.
Nexus's new little friend, Smile, who
Yep.
now have handouts!
Crash this.
Have the whole
That's
family
just Tiefling
together.
Anya.
It is! Oh my god!
Have the whole family together now.
Right.
That's cute! No, now I'm just picturing Nexus as little blonde Damien. He's not that much of an asshole, though.
My wife and my daughter, they're from Dragon's Reach. My wife owns a flower shop, and they were in Dragon's Reach when that terrible monster attack happened, and they're alive because of you and your friends, and so I just...
Nexus's friend.
You know them.
Yes, I kind of help set them up as like playmates and friends.
You see,
Makes me really happy that they're alive.
you see, he begins to smile. I
I'm so
I
happy
was-
you're here too.
Yes, I was here when that whole thing went down, and I feared for their lives and their safety, but you and your friends, you didn't just save them, you did the impossible, and I can't thank you enough.
It's hard to say you're welcome when... I don't know, it just felt right to do. Luckily we were able to. God's above, that sucked, but glad we were able to get it done.
Please, may I have your name?
You may know what they call me. Reha Kore. Kore.
Reihua Kore. Well, Reihua Kore, while you are here, I am at your gratitude, at your service, whatever you need. Just let me know, alright? You mentioned the horses. You're here to see them.
Yes. And really just try and do my part around the camp. Is there anything particularly troubling?
I
know all of this is hard. War is never easy.
You see, he kind of looks around. He kind of looks at the way you came in. I'm the caretaker, and technically you shouldn't be here. But, what nobody knows won't hurt them.
I say, who can really scold me?
He smiles. If anyone comes this way, I'll steer them away. And I'll give you some privacy with whatever you're doing. If that is amenable to you, of course.
Sure. I mean, it's probably gonna be weird. You're gonna hear neighing. I was just gonna ask him some stuff.
He looks at you curiously, but then he seems to recall that you mentioned that you were a druid. And he goes, right. All right. Just...
And then I'll come and ask you too if there's anything they can't answer.
Alrighty. I'll be just out front if you need me.
Thank you.
No. Thank you. And you see he kind of puts his right arm up across his chest, kind of where his heart is. And he goes to the front of the stable and he shuts the big, like, rolling, like, sliding door. And you are now in this chamber alone with these horses.
Speak with animals!
Speak with animals. The huffs and various noises of these horses begins to turn into speech as you hear, man, I'm fucking hungry, man. When was the last time we ate? It's about 2 hours ago. Shut up. I can't help it, man. I'm just hungry, right? The third horse looks to the two of them and goes, "Hey! What's up? What's up?" The three of them start, like, making gestures at each other.
Is the pure white one
The
joining
pure-
in, or is it a snooty horse?
The pure white horse seems to not be participating in this conversation at all. It's just drinking some water.
Cora's gonna kind of walk up near it and lean on the fencing and whisper, "Those guys, huh?"
The horse kind of raises its head up from the trough and looks to you. Yes, they are a rowdy bunch, but they have good hearts. I'm sorry, I'm not used to speech in this such a formal manner.
Figured it'd be easier. Is it? Your job is not very easy. Are you all doing all right? You guys are also going on these missions. Has anything been weird other than, like, regular battles? Fights?
Define weird, young one.
Magic.
Magic.
Magic or ambushes, are trails, like, emptier than usual?
The horse seems to think for a moment. I'm not terribly familiar with magic, so I can't really give you something there. May I ask what this is for? We traditionally don't get asked questions like this.
War is hard on everyone involved. The two-leggeds and the four-leggeds alike.
And Corey, as you're having this conversation with the pure white horse, the other three seem to just be completely shooting the shit with each other. But the pure white horse seems to be giving you her full attention. The only strange things I can really think of is I specifically have been writing a lot more at night, which I'm not used to. It's made me a bit weary.
Oh, is your rider dragging you out for midnight excursions?
Yes, they call him
Just walking?
Amadeus.
Yeah, is it just walks to clear his head? I know he's a leader, or is he
No,
delivering things?
he often, approximately once every 2 weeks, we will go at night and we will ride out to a ways away, miles and miles, and he will meet with a single individual, a cloaked man, and they will speak a language I don't understand. The other one's mount is not necessarily a horse, but this almost, I don't know what the word would be, lupine-esque creature. But the mount is not always the same, and I've seen horse, lupine, strange, almost turtle-like creatures. I believe you two-leggers call them bullets, or boulettes, or not entirely sure.
Oh. They treated you all right? Like their mounts haven't gotten rough with you or
No,
anything while you've been waiting
no.
for their...
Of
Okay,
course
good.
not. We will ride out. He will meet with this cloaked individual. They will discuss for some time, and then we leave again. And we come back. And then when we come back, he gives me a little bit of extra food for my additional effort. And then 2 weeks later, the cycle repeats.
Did that rider smell of anything in particular? Gunpowder, certain plants that normally aren't in the area, or ash? Anything weird? Stinky?
Stinky,
smelly. Is he a smelly cloaked man?
The scent Oh, this individual changes each time they meet us. I am not sure what that means. Corey, if you want to make an insight check on the provided information, you can.
18.
I will also go ahead and drop the Phase-Off family handouts. 18. Based on the information you've been presented thus far, it seems like once every 2 weeks at night, Amadeus will take his horse out. They'll ride what has been described as miles away. He will meet with a cloaked individual on some varying mount. They'll discuss in a language the horse doesn't understand for some time, and they'll come back. Based on the smell changing, it could make sense that he's meeting more than one person. Like he's meeting a different person each time.
Okay. Thank you. Are they normally along trails and buildings and cities, towns?
No, we meet just out in the plains.
Just out in the wilderness?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you. Above game, any ideas? Anything else?
Yeah, y'all can discuss above game if y'all want to go over any potential questions for Yavanna, the white horse.
I have one.
Hmm?
How long has it been since the last ride?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. How long has it been since your last midnight run? Eating like this?
A few days ago, less than a week, I believe. Corey, another insight check.
19.
That would line up with. That would very likely. You didn't get a specific date, but just that timeline would very likely line up with potentially just before Cedric enacted his plan.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. May I ask you for a favor?
Is it extra food?
If you perhaps have any sugar cubes? They're my favorite. I'll also accept a humble offering of carrots or wheat if you have it.
Let me see if I can talk this staple hand friend of mine into getting you something.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And she'll head on over to the staple hand, Akanos.
Yes. You make your way out as the other three horses are still completely disregarding you, shooting the shit. And you go over to... You make your way out and you meet with Akanos, who, seeing you exit the stable, did you get to what you needed?
Yes, I think so.
Good. I'm glad. If you need anything else, you can always come find me. I typically stay around here.
log you for a treat for the white one? She was particularly helpful.
Yavanna.
Yes.
The general won't like it, but what doesn't know won't hurt him. And he reaches into a little satchel at his side, and he hands you a couple sugar cubes.
I've got a question.
I have an answer.
As she goes to give it, she's gonna drop one. And she goes to pick it up, she's gonna look at Yavanna's hooves. Did they seem dirty at all? Like, has he had time? Like, they couldn't have gotten rid of that evidence, right? Like, a ride would still have dirt and shit.
Make me an investigation check.
Devin!
They seem recently cleaned.
What about the others?
Investigation checks. I will need 3 investigation checks for each horse. 1 for each horse.
21, 10, 12.
They all seem like they've been pretty recently cleaned. You think that you attribute it to Akanos being their caretaker. He likely cleans them pretty often.
These are some of the squeakiest clean war horses I have ever seen. As she hands Yavanna some sugar cubes. You take good care of them, Akanos.
I will do just that.
Sorry, no, I was saying you have been. My bad.
Oh. Is that it for you, Rehua-Kore?
I don't know if I want to bring him in to get more information from him. I don't know, he seems helpful.
I'll just let you know. I'll save you the effort. He's not going to have a lot of additional information for you.
That's fine. I need a loyal body in this camp is what I need.
You certainly have one.
Thank you. If I need anything, I promise me and my group will call on you.
He nods. And
And protect you if need be.
Protect me? Protect me
Oh,
from
yes,
what?
this is war.
Oh, well, of course. I thought you meant something specific to this camp. If I
Corey
may
shrugs.
ask you, what were you trying to find out? Sorry, my curiosity has gotten the better of me a bit.
Damn it, tieflings don't know primordial, do they?
I don't know. Why don't you ask?
She's
You
gonna
could.
lean
You
in.
don't know. Doesn't have to
She's
be a
gonna
race
lean
thing.
in and cover her mouth.
About to roll to see if this motherfucker knows primordial.
What other languages do you know?
Give me a second.
Look, I have found Nexus's friend's dad, alright? I have to keep him safe.
He knows. So, based on what tieflings know at the standard, he knows common, infernal, and let me see. So I'm gonna roll a d4. Depending on the roll, is how many other languages he knows. Just because, fuck it. Okay, he's got 1 other language. Let's see. It's not primordial, because I already rolled for that. So let me just pick a random language. Languages, 5e. He also speaks Celestial.
Perfect.
which I believe you speak.
Yes.
Nice. Good
Spirit
roll.
in Celestial then. It's not like the dragon, but there is something weird going on. And as Nexus's friend's father, stay close to us. We would like to keep you safe.
You see his eyes widen ever so slightly as he's presented with this information, but he nods. I will do that. Thank you for this. Ikora,
Discretion, please.
you have made another ally within the camp.
Nice.
With that being said, with business handled, and we are going to jump back to Corvin here in a moment, but before we do that, I've got to piss. I got to take a mad piss. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a bio break.
It's because of you that I've started saying
Fucking-
Pishin complete. I hate you.
Mission
you.
complete.
I have a Pishin to complete, excuse me.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. Gamers, don't go anywhere.
Oh,
And we're
also,
back. Punk, you forgot to do a thing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You
Well,
wish
I'm
to
gonna
send
a
out
paper
a...
bird to Cedric,
Yes.
or at least try.
Yes. Send me what your paper bird says.
Paper bird can hold up to 50 words. It is 47.
47. Okay. Send this thing to me. Okay. Noted. Registered. Processed. Your paper bird goes out. You watch as it flies off towards the north. So, with that, my next thing. We gotta go back to Corvin, because you still have a conversation with Hildegard that you wish to have. My question for you. This conversation you wish to have with them, are you going to have this in the mansion? Or are you just going to have it there waiting after the sunset goes down? Or after the
Oh,
sun
it's in the
sets?
It's going to be in the mansion.
Okay.
He's trying to go for privacy as much as possible, even so to a point to where he will use plane shift to transport them into the mansion itself.
Okay. Let me pull it up. Hildegard's thing again. You enter the mansion alongside Hildegard, and as you guys are kind of in the dining area, she walks a few steps and she looks around. Nice digs. Very impressive. Magical mansion, I presume.
Yes, these designs have been swimming around in my mind for months on end, and frankly, it's actually nice to actually put them into a physical space.
Yes, I can see some of the beautiful designs. You're actually giving me some inspiration for my own.
Oh, you create.
I sure do.
You know, you can't really say that without giving a little bit of an example.
Well, do you have anything in mind?
Well, that begs the question: what? Like, he's actually leading her towards the the quote unquote wine cellar. It all kind of depends on what suits you. Do you paint? Do you what does like the autistic muses guide you towards?
Oh no, dear. You misunderstand me. I am in no means musically talented or indentured. No. I will. You create, I I create through will.
Other than me curious, but I'm not sure what you mean by that.
She kind of goes over to a slightly emptier space and goes, "Yes, this will make do." And she flourishes her spear, and you notice as she does, this sort of jolt electricity leaves the hilt and crawls up her arm, making its way to her eyes, which now flash in this bright purple. As she casts a spell, one that you determine to be Major Image, and behind her this beautiful, like almost, what's pearlescent, that's the word I'm looking for. This beautiful pearlescent dragon rises up from the ground behind her, and it lets out this great roar that fills the chamber and the halls beyond. It is where your power, your magic, it's graceful, it's beautiful. This feels willful. It feels strong-hearted. It feels like, rather than it something she creates, it almost feels like it's a part of her. Make me an Arcana check.
Natural 28 to the tune of 32.
You think and think and think, and you kind of begin to realize what she very well may be. You're pretty confident she's a sorcerer.
Especially with the lightning, would I be able to determine if she's a draconic or a storm sorceress?
Sorry, not sorcerer, wizard.
Ah. Okay.
I was thinking sorcerer, and then I pulled up the stuff I have for her, and I realized that was in fact very much not the case.
Went from trust fund kid to nerd.
There's the nerd. Anyway,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the
Expert
wrong
nerd.
person. Yes, she is a wizard. I apologize. Or she is a
Wait.
sorcerer.
She is a sorcerer.
She
A
is a
sorcerer.
sorcerer. I'm sorry.
Hate you.
Okay.
Back to trust fund kid.
Explains the confidence.
She's been glowed up, degrowth, glowed up again. Digimon.
She just needs to evolve into something with a big ass gun, and we're all.
That's what I was gonna say. Damn, get out of my head.
Power word gun. Power word
playing
piss.
Digimon all afternoon. It's on my mind.
Get
Anyway.
out of my brain.
Bro, I've been playing the trading card game all afternoon. It hasn't left my mind at all. Anyway. Marvin's actually going to kind of like take a step back and just take it all in, just admiring the sheer force of like just will and power just in front of him. This is very impressive. Draconic bloodline.
No, and that one will remain my secret.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Curiouser and curiouser. So, back to the task at hand. He'll kind of like open the kitchen door, leading her into the winery itself, past the cheese room. That's still there. Lead her towards the wine rack itself, and silly question, is this just like, because this is a manifestation of like his imagination, is the wine itself the same? Because he probably thought about it before casting it, would the wine from his mom's cellar be there or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Or is that different? Awesome. Yeah, he's gonna grab a bottle of that. Now, this is something ancient that has been brewed in the Feywilds themselves, said to have hallucinogenic properties. He says, trying to butter up the bottle.
Oh dear, you don't need to speak these honeyed words to me. Just crack open the bottle.
I was taught to enjoy the finery. Sorry, let me rephrase. I was taught to enjoy the finer things and not just suck it all down as if it was water.
Oh, I enjoy the finer things, but I tend to enjoy them with my tongue, dear.
It's fair enough. He will just pop
Shut
a
up,
bottle
whoever
and,
that was. Shut up.
I'll give you 2 guesses on who it was. Anyway, he'll pop a bottle, pour a couple of glasses, and as if he's been doing this for fucking ever, he'll sniff it and take a sip.
It is just as you remember it, and is lovely.
Straight from Mother Cellar. How's
Yeah.
she enjoying it?
Oh,
yeah, he'll...
sorry, never mind, I'm an idiot. She will taste the wine, and she'll swirl it. She'll give it a good old whiff, good old. She will take a gentle sip. Oh, that is lovely, truly. And she does like that. Not a hint of poison. Love that. Love that for me.
And why would I even try and do that?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Some of the people that I've met who...
So, no one around here has actually tried to do anything of the sort towards the army, instead of meeting them on the field of battle.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Essentially, has anyone tried to, like, poison anybody in the camp or
Oh.
anything like that, instead of just, meeting them on the field?
Not yet, but I've made my fair share of enemies, so... It's always a guess whether or not somebody is going to try and kill me or not.
Well, it's a bit more direct as opposed to being hired out for a hit.
Sure is. But we have a discussion that needs to be had, don't we?
Yes, I was just curious about everything that's going on. I was just wondering if... I don't know, what's the common topic of discussion here within the camp itself?
Well, as of late, it's been this conversation more about us now getting ready to storm the capital and the end of the oncoming, or the end of the war as we know it, but it's hopeful words. It's never going to be that simple.
Sometimes it has to be that simple in order for the men to be a little bit more at ease.
Yes, the morale is certainly a factor in this whole operation. It goes up and down like the rising and sinking of the tides, but you and I think we know better.
I just hope to assist in any way I can, especially when it comes to dealing with certain aspects of the opposition.
Oh, of course. I don't think anyone here wishes for this operation to fall on its face, if you will.
I don't know. It appears as though some of the bigger discussions are being rendered at a standstill, as if on purpose.
I was right, you do know better. You know that not everything is quite as it seems. There's things out of place, orders that don't quite make sense, a convenient lack of certain resources and materials.
And especially with all your sick going unattended or any of your wounded.
Indeed. Such a shame that we have such a high volume of wounded just as we're about to make a mad dash to the capital.
Whose order was it to just have this proverbial Hail Mary of sorts?
Well, the idea initially was Zarek's, given the state of affairs with Cedric, now Lord Aragon, now being missing. But you can imagine who's been on his heels, cheering him on, encouraging his every move. But also seems to have an agenda of its own. I think you and I both saw that on earlier today.
Apologies. Is she alluding to Zarek?
No.
Oh, okay. I have a couple of ideas, but you seem like a very studious kind of person. What are your theories? Sorry, it must be getting to me.
She takes another sip of the wine. I think that is the reason why you are here. Not necessarily to assist in the war effort, but because someone may not be playing the side that we originally thought. I think you're possibly here to stop them. Tell me if I'm getting close.
Right, but wrong in some aspects, if that helps you at any point.
Back to the guessing game then.
It's more complicated than just ending a war or anything of that sort. It's more saving a friend from himself.
She takes another sip of the wine. You're here to rescue Cedric, then.
He will kind of stare into his cup, take a kind of like take like a long pause and like kind of like watch the liquor itself kind of swirl in the glass, and he will say, in our travels, ever since I came to this kingdom, seen so many children being separated from their parents and vice versa. Well, in fact, there's not my story to tell. A very close friend of mine has her own family misplaced, and I don't know. It never reached me up until I started to get to know these people, and I just want to make sure that the King Aragon's son, Nexus, grows up with a father, especially because his mother is no longer with us.
She's kind of nodding as you say this. And just how far are you willing to go to make that happen?
He'll just kind of look up and kind of give her a smirk. I've had to go far plenty in my travels, and I would like to keep that a secret.
She smiles with a smirk at the end of it, on the tail end of it.
Though I am very curious about one thing. The Mount of Skull, that giant beast, has it always been that size? Legend has it that it was a little smaller.
Truth be told, that was the first time I'd ever seen it. There have been the reports of such a beast, but that was the first time I had ever experienced it firsthand, so I unfortunately can't confirm nor deny, but certainly was a curious thing, wasn't it?
I've seen so many things in our travels, and yet creatures such as that are always amazed and admittedly terrify me, especially when they can look at me and, well, one bark could probably send me flying. I will let you in on a little secret.
Ooh, I do so love secrets.
Legend says that the Cerberus is actually something of a corrupting agent. Somehow Skull got his hands on it, and it's been, well, slowly dissolving his very soul ever since he came into possession. Defeat the Cerberus, and we may as well be able to set Zarek up to defeat Skull.
Certainly possible. I'm sure that he keeps that beast close at his side.
I would if I was in his position, especially if I'm reliant on it.
Can I ask you a curious question?
Shoot.
What do you... Sorry, give me a moment to think of the wording. What do you think is going on here? Clearly your friends have some sort of suspicion as to something. Otherwise, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I think you see something that... I think you and I both see something here going on that the rest of us don't.
Well, to be completely and utterly fair, my compatriots are very suspicious by nature. We have been burned one too many times, myself included, through various people and various means trying to get ahead of themselves, and frankly, if we don't ask 20 questions to one person, we feel like we're doing ourselves a disservice. But as what I just think that, well, Amadeus as well as Zarek are probably trying to make this final push in the hopes of trying to end it, not trying to end it quickly, or, well, you said yourself. Everyone and everything is tired, broken down. Men are... not men. The soldiers themselves are just losing morale, and it's fickle. It just seems all kinds of chaotic to where you are all worried that you're losing this war. In fact, I could go on a limb and say, you all know you have already lost.
She smiles again a little bit. And the 20 questions you mentioned before, is that what this is? We're trying to figure out if you can trust me. Trust is a delicate subject, regardless of who or what is involved, and I'll tell you straight up, no. You cannot trust me. But I will assure you that you and I share a goal at this current time.
And what happens once this is all over for you?
Oh dear, I go back to what I've always been doing. looking for the next thrill, looking for the next, we'll say, big score. My order, as I'm sure you already know, is one that is ever present. There's always some next step, some action we must take to make a name for ourselves.
Such as the Jagged Rose or the Shadow.
Yes. You know Miss Vance.
Yeah, I only known.
How is
I've
Miss
only known
Vance
her-
doing?
Well, last we spoke, to be honest, I've only known her by her moniker, but Vance, that is definitely going in the memory bank. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You see,
Now-
as you say that, she smiles. You can read her like a book. She knows exactly what she just did.
Mental note on that one. Last we spoke or interacted, she was assisting she was assisting in some sort of scheme of vengeance, and quickly got herself out of there once she was a little overwhelmed. And if I remember correct, and if I'm reading the situation correctly, doesn't she have a bit of a higher rank over you?
She does, but only ever so narrowly.
If I remember correct, just one space away, and well. Oh, if anything were to happen to her, I believe somebody would get bumped up a notch.
That is what you would believe in the traditional sense, but unfortunately, that is not how my order works.
Safe to assume that the details are going to be remained secret, then.
That depends. What is it worth to you?
Honestly, not by much. Knowing how. What is the word in common that I'm trying to say here? Knowing the neutral standing of which most of the members are sitting at this current moment. It's not that it's not a concern, but it feels more of a reactionary thing, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I go on confusing rambles from time to time and trying to explain the thought process in a way.
What am I doing here, Mr. Alakir? You have questions for me, you might as well ask them. No need to beat around the bush when conducting business.
I was hoping to kind of get to the subject by going around the bend, but like he'll put his hands up. You caught me. Frankly speaking, I'm just worried about the leadership in this whole operation.
The leadership? You mean my boss?
Your boss, Zarek? I mean, hell, even King Aragon himself. Feels as though everything's taken its toll, like I mentioned earlier, and everyone's just admitted defeat. Any plan is a good plan, or something of that note.
Well, I can assure you, Zarek has done anything but admitted defeat. Honestly, he's the reason why the rest of the camp is still going to begin with. Amadeus is a powerful, a tactful general. But he doesn't have the heart that Zarek does.
I don't know. That brief exchange from Amadeus just makes me think that he just wants to go for the quick kill and be done with it.
Exactly. Amadeus sees war as a means to an end. He sees all of this as just something in the way of achieving, we'll call it peace or shits and giggles, but again, you and I know better. Skull, the end of Skull means the end of this war in Amadeus's mind, but that doesn't. The means to get there is less of a concern to him. Whether that means that we lose men or those men lose their morale is of no concern to him. They're soldiers, after all. They're hands on swords.
Yeah, but when you run out of soldiers and you're left with, well, weak-willed men, you don't really have an army, now do you?
Oh, you don't have to explain it to me, of course. But that's not how Amadeus sees it.
How long have you been in his service?
She thinks for a moment. Not as long as the other two, Faustius and Aldrich. I'd say... I believe I'm coming up on my second year now. Unfortunately, the kind woman who had my position before me, well, she was met with the most tragic fate.
That is unfortunate. In the two...
She gave me a job.
That is fair, but... I don't know. Starting to actually see the value of... ever since I had that encounter with a friend of mine, I've been trying to see more value in what a single human life, or any life in general, could provide, and frankly, I'm being fascinated by the potential. Potential to do great things just by doing nothing, essentially. I've seen people come and go all the time, and yet I'm always fascinated by their progress. I'll actually kind of like look on, kind of like look towards the wall for like a bit and just kind of snap himself back into the conversation. In the 2 years of your service here, have you noticed any kind of changes between Zarek or Amadeus?
Well, Zarek I haven't known nearly as long. I've only known him as long as we've been here in this war, but Amadeus... She's gonna insight you. You can roll deception if you wish.
There's deception. 21.
Okay, she got a 24. She kind of eyeballs you for a moment. Do you suspect Amadeus of something? Perhaps not living up to his potential? Perhaps not being the man we thought he was?
I'd say I saw a glimpse into his future, and it concerned me in a way that I've never thought. His potential could be very great, or very catastrophic in the same time. Same as Xerix. Yeah, especially when he has to come to the realization of he has to kill his own flesh and blood in order to stop the fighting. Now, I don't know if you had any siblings, but from my own personal standpoint, if that has to happen,
I do
I
have
do
siblings.
not-
I have 8 sisters.
I bet you I can top that. Anyway,
No, I'm sure you can.
let's just say, as I was trying to say, if it came down to it and I had to rid my if I had to get rid of one of them, I don't know how I would feel right afterwards or in the future.
She finishes off her wine. Well, if you are suspecting Amadeus of something, perhaps a little bit of information could assist you in your findings, your investigation, if you will. You might be remiss to find out even that, well, Amadeus tends to leave his, we'll call it cabin, his temporary homestead, in the late evening to go investigate the wall. It should be worse. It sure would be a shame if somebody were to make their way in when he wasn't home. And she sets the glass on the table.
Such a shame indeed. He'll stand up and kind of brush himself off. I do appreciate this. It's been a while since I've had a... sorry, the Common's not my first language. Such a riveting conversation.
She smiles. Just remember the price of loyalty, Mr. Alakia. And she will pat you on the shoulder before beginning to make her way out.
Could I get an insight on her?
Roll insight. Where are you trying to insight?
If she's been leading me on and if she thinks that she just found that she just suckered me into misinformation.
Roll insight.
44.
The opposite, in fact. You think she might be willing to cut a deal.
So, as she is leaving, Corbin will just kind of clear his throat a bit. And where do you think that you're going?
Oh dear, I have to make my way back out before too many folks start asking questions.
Yes, but through what door? He'll open the wine cellar door and use plane shift and take him back to where the wall was.
A true gentleman. I thank you. As she sort of cocks her head to the side, like cutely but also coyly.
Manners of which I have been brought up to maintain throughout the entirety of my existence.
She will pluck what appears to be a stray hair off of your shoulder. And they say chivalry is dead. If you have any more questions for me, or any more wine, well, I'm not hard to find.
Oh, don't worry. And he'll tap his head. I'll send you something.
I look forward to it. Anyways, I believe you have a I believe you have a place to be. Perhaps a empty home of sorts.
I got to go reconvene with my comrades, and frankly, I don't want to be around the sick today. But you got to do what you got to do.
Don't dally, dear. The gods are watching as she makes her way. And I believe we are coming up on the point in which you guys would begin to convene. Does that sound accurate?
I think that's about right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Would you all be reconvening inside the manor, the mansion, or elsewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, it's the safest place for us to be right now.
Are you guys meeting in one place or another? Yes.
In the mansion.
I mean,
To the
yeah.
very,
Corvin would open the closet door and just tell everyone, "Get in." Just waltzes on through.
I heard he came out of there once, though.
I'm normally too big.
Like, Corvin will just pop his head out, look at Lily, finger guns, and then pops his head back in.
Lily lets out a snicker and walks in after.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Damn it,
I
I
say
want a
if you-
fucking Snickers bar. I haven't had one in so long.
I mean, it's gonna say if you want one, I got a bunch of, like, little bites on my kitchen table right now.
Ooh.
Yum.
Yeah, I was at my mom's house the other day, and my stepdad was like, "Hey, here's a bunch of candy that we didn't eat, so have fun." And I'm like, "These have nuts in them. We can't eat them in the house."
So, here's what is going to occur next. You guys are obviously going to get together and you're going to start compiling all your information. I suggest in the War Room channel, here in the Discord, you guys begin compiling all the information that you and your respective investigations have acquired. And next session, you guys will be able to have a conversation regarding what you've discovered as well as your next actions. Does that sound reasonable to everyone?
Sounds good.
Some above game discussion before in what should be a rather important in-game discussion. Matt, with that, as you all abscond to the mansion and you guys begin to go over the information that you have acquired thus far, I believe that is where a good place to end it for the night. Woo! Woo!
Woohoo!
Oh boy.
As we come to
Apologies
the end
for
of our
talking too
session,
much.
I just want to take a moment to thank Sasquatch Wing for the raid. Welcome to the end of our session. This is War of the Shouted Sun, a long-form 5e homebrew game that I run here on the channel. We do this every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And oh boy, our party's doing some spelunking, some political espionage, as it were. Matt, thank you all for joining us. We need to start going around the horn. Let's go ahead and kick off with, I will roll. Give me a second. We will start with Lily River.
That's me.
That's you.
You can find me over at twitch.tv/WickedRiver97, where I am a variety streamer of all cozy, comfy sorts. I'm a hell of a boss VTuber. I do random things. I'm doing Minecraft this week at some point. So, if I can get back on my schedule, because I'm horrible about it. And we have a blizzard, so. But you can
Ayo,
find me
Dairy
there.
Queen?
No, an actual blizzard. It is very snowy.
Damn it! Wait,
We
I
almost
had
lost Rory in the snow.
He said it's
I was
cold
gonna
out
say
here.
that.
My dick cold.
Yeah, the poor
Weird thing,
dog.
I actually had a Dairy Queen yesterday.
Alrighty. Next person, CG.
Hello, I am the Me G. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me on Good Beans D&D channels such as twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn, where we have our Strixhaven game Saved by the Spell every other Saturday. We will not be meeting this Saturday as we just had a session yesterday, but feel free to tune in as I'm a dad. I have
Woo!
a
Woo!
I have a child that I must raise.
Child.
Join the club!
Child acquired.
You can also find me on this channel every other Tuesday for our Rascals and Refn game, which will be starting up after an extended break, starting not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Yay! And that's it for me. What did the
Next
dice
up-
decree?
Next up, J Frost.
Hey everybody, Twitch, Twitter, JFrost747. Find me on Good Beans channels like this one, here every Sunday, every other Tuesday, and over on Saturdays for War of the Shattered Sun, our Rascals and Ravnica campaign, and our previously mentioned Saved by the Spell campaign. Streams are kind of on hiatus for quite a while because, life is busy, but hopefully things should go smoothly. Cannot wait. Also, dreading the horrible 29th birthday coming up.
Barthmas. But you get inspiration for it.
That I do, and I'm looking forward to that. And some cake.
Kekaku.
But yeah, that's
According
it
to
for me.
Cake.
Alrighty. Up next, Punk.
What's up? I play Ray Hawkore. You all can find me on Twitch, Twitter,
So, dude.
Twitch, Blue Sky, Instagram.
What's
Sometimes
Twitter?
TikTok.
We're all about that X life here,
Dude,
gamer.
I don't even touch X anymore. Shut up.
Hey, yo.
I'm gonna try and stream again sometime soon. I'm making plans.
Let's go. She's gonna debut as a VTuber.
Yo, my dude, if I save up, I might actually go PNG tuber.
Dogtuber.
No, that's just sick.
There could be more than one Dogtuber. Romance a Dogtuber.
I mean, I'll have a dog. Alt, probably. Like a combo
Why?
thing.
I don't know why, but I'm imagining like Punk as like a dog tuber, like I can't remember the dog breed, but Lady from Lady in the Tramp because of the hair.
Was she? Isn't she like a Cocker Spaniel?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What breed of
You're actually
dog
looking this
is
up.
Lady from Lady and the Tramp? American Cocker Spaniel. I was right.
You picture me as a Cocker Spaniel?
Yeah.
I picture Punk. I'm gonna be honest with you. I picture you as Harley.
Honestly, yeah, I picture me as Harley or a Papillon. Most likely Harley. Like, I see her ears and I'm like, yeah, no. I put her ears in my reference art.
Yes, yes. I can also see the Papillon. Alrighty, Joe.
Hey, YouTube. Did you like this video? I hope you did, because we actually had a really fun session. Hope you had fun too. Hey, do me a favor. Please go ahead and like this video, because, you know, you had fun. Just go ahead and like it. It takes like 2 seconds and doesn't really cost you anything. You know what also doesn't cost you anything? Subscribing to this channel. As well as ringing that bell to be notified whenever Tart uploads a new video, because, I mean, let's face it, you're here anyway, you may as well go ahead and ring the bell, because Tart puts up a lot of kick-ass videos that you should be watching and being notified of. Tart, I think you're the last one.
Thank you, Joe. Your check is in the mail. Hello.
Fucking I need it.
Internet. Mine. Oh, I can't do that anymore. Oh, fuck. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Swearing Tart. I have been your humble dumble master for the evening, as I traditionally am here on Sunday nights. you have already found me here at twitch.tv/FarringTart, where I am not doing a ton of personal streams this week, as it is AGDQ week. So I'm going to try and take a little bit of time to enjoy it. But the next time you can find me will be on Wednesday on Sean's channel at Trash King Arisen for the next session of Bearers of the Torch. Where we're in the fucking Britain, bruv. We're bruvs now, isn't it? And that's
Okay, Osprey, chill the fuck out.
and that's I'm gonna tell you why it's called All Elite Wrestling, bruv. Also, I haven't had a match since I signed up with AEW, bruv.
His contract expires in March with New Japan. That's why.
Look, I was making a joke. I didn't need you to kill it with facts.
That's what I do as a wrestling fan. Kill things that you love.
Ah, so you're a wrestling fan. God.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of March, I'll be seeing AEW Revolution in March. I'm excited about that.
Fuck yeah, bro.
But anyways, that is me. I need to find someone to send y'all on over to. Let's take a good old look-see. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to raid into GDQ.
Oh, banana.
Oh, banana.
Oh, banana.
That's kind of it. Thank you guys for joining us so much. I hope you enjoyed. We had a wonderful time. And we will see you all again next Sunday. And thank you. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. You are loved. You are valid. And you matter. We love you all. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.